do you think the underground still exists? Like, is there underground rap still?
Yeah.
Who would you say some people in the underground right now?
I mean, I would say Tony Snow, but like he's like going too crazy to be considered underground. You know what I'm saying? SB Nuke, Baby Drill. I don't know. It's a lot of people in the underground. It's an endless list. But it's the thing about being underground, because like you can be underground and known, and you can be underground like unknown.
But it's also a beauty in it. Like, I feel like some artists want to stay underground. Like, we did an episode with Zelly, I think top of the year, really. But he was telling us how people look at him as like this artist that blew up, but he doesn't feel like that. He's like, I never really blew up. He's like, so I can't fall off. He kind of just sees his trajectory as like a gradual growth. He never really like looked at himself as like he blew up.
Yes, that's definitely possible to feel that way. And, you know, it's like, I don't know, all this, like, you can be blew up to yourself. You could be personally platinum to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, success could be whatever you define it as. It really don't have to be like, oh, I done did 1 million units and yada, yada, yada. Like, if you are achieving your goals and progressing each year, like, I think that's, you know, success. I think that's blowing up. The reason why SoundCloud is so important to me, because I found a lot of artists up there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's why, like, SoundCloud holds.
Yes, SoundCloud was really that was the hub of like discovering music, new music, which we don't really have that right now. We just have, like, I feel like majority of artists are discovered on like through just like a viral reel, but you almost catch it by accident. SoundCloud was somewhere where you go, like, you're going there to discover music. Yeah. People aren't going to TikTok to discover music. They just happen to run by something they like, and that might go up. But it's not like, I don't know if there's a place right now where fans really go there to discover music.
Discovering music is a young nigga skill. You gotta be young and tapped in. Like, that's the secret to finding music and artists. Like, you have to be young and you gotta be tapped in. So
would you say older people don't care about discovering music? They're just like,
care. They just don't like, their mind ain't processed like it used to be. Like, my mind not processed like it used to. Like,
what do you mean by that?
I can't find artists like I used to. Like, I'm not even looking for artists anymore. I am the artist, you know what I'm saying? So that phase is like gone. Like, me finding artists and like listen to a bunch of artists, like, I can't even do that anymore because I'm creating my own music and sound now. You know, I think that's for a period where, you know, you just listen to music. Because if you find an artist and listen to all these artists, it's kind of hard to create as well, because you're gonna sometimes end up sounding like those.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's like the famous thing Wayne said. He doesn't listen to anybody else's music.
And not saying like anybody, like, you can listen to it, but like how I used to indulge in music, like music 24/7, like everything I'm doing, I gotta have earphones in, like eating, smoking, like doing whatever. Like college, I always had music in, walking to class, in class, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I had to listen to it. Now it's like I gotta make it.
Who were some of your favorite artists in college?
I was putting people on ASAP, you know, the whole ASAP. I was putting people on Ferg. I was putting people on Key. I was putting people on Chief Keef. I was putting people on everybody, like Raider Clan. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this underground music. Like, everybody from the underground, that's what I was playing. Of course, Wiz, you know what I'm saying? Chip the Ripper, Currency, all that stuff. But, like, I was mainly, like, pushing underground people. Like, yo, have you heard this? Like, everybody's like, no. Like, to this day, like, you probably can ask them to this day, and I probably put a lot of people on a lot of music. Man, shout out to Lambs. When I went there, they gave me a free book.
What was the book?
The Stanley Tucci Williams book. It's about his redemption, basically. I forgot the name of the book, but...
Who is that, though? That name sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah, he was like one of the founder of the Crips.
The Crips?
Yeah.
The original founder?
Yeah, I seen the movie, like, forever ago, and that's what made me want to even read the book, because I know when he was incarcerated, he was creating the book. So that's what made me, kind of interested. But I was at Lamb's, and I was looking at the book, and I was like, dang, yo, if I had that book, I would read that whole book. And they, gave it to me.
Did you actually read it?
Yeah, I'm on, page 54.
Page 50, bro, just started it. You touched on putting some of these artists on in college, putting your friends on with some of these artists in college, but it's funny because now you're working with some of these people.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels like I've been just doing what I'm supposed to do,
I didn't know that Gabe played you guys in.
Yeah, shout out to Gabe, man.
Yeah, I just seen him the other night too. I met his sister. He has an older sister, because me and Gabe did a pod, and he was telling me he was talking about this story, how he became Bugman, how he got the nickname or whatever. And he was calling his sister his nemesis the whole episode. And then so I met her the other night, and she was like, I don't really like how that's the only clip you put up of the episode of him calling me his nemesis. Hey, I'm like, that's what the people want to see type shit. Nah, she was cool though.
He is the real life bug, man. I ain't never see insects act to him. I seen a moth land on his hat and stay with him all day. I think the first time I went to the Yellow House, he caught 2 wasps in a jar, randomly. We was about to record, and I was like,
fuck you do with the wasps?
What the fuck is wasps in here? And he came in and jumped off the ceiling with a jar and caught him, and
he said y'all gotta go put him in the car real quick. He kept the wasps.
He crazy. He the real life bug, man. That shit's wild.
So you meet Drum at this jam session with Gabe.
Jam session, boom.
What was it? Yeah, so what was it? Because I know, how was y'all stayed in touch, y'all started recording, you telling them what you want to do. Boom. But now you, ended up going to Atlanta with him. Yeah. And you've been out there for, a year or two.
I go back and forth to Atlanta. We record. It's really like a trial era, It's everything was like a test. It was like a test, They put you in a studio, and they let me see what you can do.
It's like when you get a job, it's like the 90-day probationary period.
Yeah, for sure, but this was a job where a bunch of vice presidents come through, and they fuck around and work with you.
We can get into it too, but so you've been dropping these 3 song EPs, 1, 2, and 3, and I just actually noticed you put them all together on an album.
Yeah,
who's counting anyway?
Yeah,
notice up there it was EK, you had TC, which I'm really happy you immortalized TC's tag on the Where's TC joint. I know he's super happy about that. I talked to him on the phone earlier, but and I also noticed I think you had Ready Rock. James produced Lord Have Mercy on there. I actually just saw him the other night at the Traptastic by Live event. I was like, what you got going on and shit? He's like, yeah, me and Ellis got some more shit coming out, blah, blah. I was like, I actually got a pod with him coming up. I'm about to ask him about that.
Shout out Ready Rock. That boy, we got a lot of songs. I'm tapped in with a lot of producers. It's a lot of talented producers out here.
Is EK from out here too?
Yeah. He's from across the water. I don't want to get his city right, so I don't want to get his city incorrect, so I'm not going to disclose that. I know he's from
You're from across the water.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
We're going to say across the water.
Even side note on that, it's funny because they say that we're across the water.
Yeah, we are across the water.
That?
I am across the water. I think we are seeing a resurgence of 2016. Everybody from around the golden eras.
That's that SoundCloud era.
The SoundCloud underground era. I think we're about to see the resurgence of a bunch of those people in their rarest form. It's like they are their perfect form of their old self now. That's what we're about to see.